Hey, what is up, everyone? I'm sure most of you may or may have not heard this news already, but Mattel is going to be cutting 2,200 jobs, and that is reportedly due to the fact that for the fourth quarter straight, they've dropped in sales numbers. Things are not looking good. I'll go ahead and leave you a link in the description below for you guys to check out this article, but I'll go ahead and read a little bit of it so to get you guys caught up to speed so you guys know a little bit of what's going on here, and then I'll give my thoughts afterwards. New York. Mattel, hurt by the closing of Toys R Us stores, said Wednesday that it will cut more than 2,200 jobs as the maker of Barbie dolls and Hot Wheels cars seeks to save money. Like other toy companies, Mattel has lost sales as Toys R Us faltered. The toy retailer filed for bankruptcy protection last year, announced it was liquidating its business in March, and then closed all its stores last month. Mattel rival Hasbro, however, reported better than expected second quarter financial results earlier this week, a sign that the maker of Monopoly and Play-Doh is rebounding from the demise of Toys R Us. A Mattel spokesman said that the job cuts will affect mainly its office workers worldwide and are part of the company's efforts to slash at least $650 million in costs. Mattel, which is based in El Segundo, California, has about 28,000 employees. Mattel Inc. stock fell nearly 9% to $14.85 in after-hours trading Wednesday after dropping 1% during the regular trading day. The company had other bad news. Its financial results between April and June are worse than the Wall Street analysts had expected. It's posted a loss of $240.9 million or 70 cents per share in the second quarter. Losses adjusted for one-time gains and costs were 56 cents per share, far larger than the loss of 32 cents per share analysts expected, according to Zacks Investment Research. Revenue fell 14% to $840.7 million, below the $863.1 million analysts expected. There were some bright spots. Barbie and Hot Wheels sales rose even as Toys R Us shuttered its doors. Other brands didn't fare as well. Sales of its American Girl doll fell, as did sales in Fisher-Price brand. Okay, so that's where I'll stop, but just to give a little bit of thoughts on this here. Now, of course, this is something that people are looking at and thinking, well, look, at this point, an Hasbro buyout is imminent. I don't know that we can really say that just yet, although I wouldn't be surprised if something like that does happen here in the near future. I've always looked at, especially with how Hasbro has been doing for the last couple years and how they seem to have all the best, in my opinion, franchises under the belt right now, with the exception of Barbie, Hot Wheels, and like TMNT and a few others. They haven't completely taken over the world yet, but that seems to be, at least in my opinion, inevitable, because they are number one by far. There's no real distant, I mean, Mattel was, I believe, number two, but they're a pretty distant number two at this point, I would say. So it's kind of like how it was with WWE and TNA. TNA was number two, but they were a very distant number two to the WWE. So that's how I view Hasbro and Mattel at this point. Now, of course, back in the day, that it was a little bit different. They were a little bit more neck and neck. Obviously, there was a point where Mattel was above Hasbro, and they were well ahead in the race, but times have changed significantly since then, and it seems like this might be a trend that continues downward for Mattel. Hopefully not. Maybe they can bounce back, because I do believe that competition brings out the best in everyone. It brings out the best in Hasbro. It brings out the best in other toy companies. But this is one of those things where we could be seeing the end of another era here. So what do you guys think of this news? Let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, you know how it goes. The hunt continues.